Hello people, I am Dave, and this is, well, I don't know who this man is. It looks like Spock.
Hello, welcome to Jimm and Dave's Day Review. Today we're having a tribute to the world of Star Trek.
I don't know what he's
Drink a lot
talking about.
and prosper.
People.
Now, what is the purpose of the consumption of an alcoholic beverage? It seems to me that such an action would cause impairment of one's mental faculties.
That's exactly what a lot of people like to do. They want to relax and enjoy themselves.
But to impair one's mental functions seems to be illogical.
It is illogical, but it feels good, and thus is good.
While I cannot condone illogical courses of action for the purposes of scientific exploration, I will, however, manage to indulge myself. So, what is the focus of our experiment this evening?
We are going to try out a new type of beer, Smithwicks.
I'm sorry, I have huge ass ears and I can't hear what you're saying. What is it?
Smithwicks. It is a beer from Ireland.
Fascinating. An Irish ale, it says here. There seems to be some writing that is incomprehensible on here. What does this say in your language? I am familiar with many forms of communication.
I do not.
Yeah, I cannot read this.
Do not understand people what this means.
It says enhanced draft taste. Although the draft in this particular English context is not spelled phonetically. It looks like dracht. Which is not unfamiliar with me with being a Klingon dialect.
It's a brand with years of heritage.
Great Captain Kirk impression.
People,
I felt an emotional reaction to that last statement.
Not given any time to
Do show prep. This is called winging it on my world.
It costs 10 lira to buy.
In Vulcan terms, we like to think of the edict. It's called infinite diversity in infinite combinations. So, in this particular episode, we are trying to do infinite beer tastings in infinite different
This looks
glasses.
like cherry cola.
What is this cherry cola that you Earthmen speak of? You see, because I'm a Vulcan, because I have ears that are not the same color as the rest of my body, that is quite illogical. It is also illogical to have a beer belly, because I have never before now seen a fat Vulcan in my entire life. Because getting a beer belly is illogical.
If you saw a older William Shatner, you would see a William Shatner with a pot belly.
William Shatner sounds quite illogical.
Very good man to be around.
Now, we Vulcans have a higher sense of smell than you humans, so I will smell this now. I detect hops, barley, yeast,
And water.
and perhaps something else. It's very interesting, the concoctions that you Earthmen come up. Now, the Romulans, who had during the Great Schism separated from Vulcan, came up with an ale that was blue. There is an earth creature here on this table. I believe you call it Felinius caticus, or as quite known as the common earth cat. I will attempt to mind meld with this feline. I believe the mind is, in you earth creatures, is on the head.
She says hello.
She says, I'm hungry. Quit wasting time with this BS and feed me now, you stupid pointy-eared MRFer. I'm not familiar with this particular colloquialism for your languages, but I will endeavor to study it more. Now on with the beer tasting.
I like
It
the
has a
color.
dark color,
Very red
not much of a smell, not unlike previous tastes. Now we shall do it. Now we shall do the Vulcan. Actually, now that I think about it, there is no Vulcan toast because
color. There is
drinking
no
is illogical.
Vulcan toast.
However, for the purposes of this particular expedition, I shall defer to the captain. Captain, do you have a toast that is appropriate for this Earth custom?
Sikizaki.
Yes.
Sikizaki. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Sikizaki. Sikizaki. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
I do not believe I know the Sikizaki which you speak of. I will have to look it up in the linguistic database later. However,
Cheers.
cheers. This is familiar to me.
Prost. Wow.
Very smooth. I believe the
Wow.
imbibing of this particular beverage is invoking an emotional reaction.
Yes.
I must undergo the ritual of Kolinar to purge myself of all emotions, now that this has stimulated something deep within me. I will say this is a very smooth earth beverage.
Very good. This is a very good beer.
Yes. I find this to be a fascinating experience. Captain,
It's,
what are your thoughts if you were to rate this on the Earth beer scale of the 20th century from 1 to 10? What would you rate this?
as I'm going down, it is a 10. Very, very, very smooth color.
I believe that this particular beer beverage that you speak of would go well with just about any food, from salad. Of course, I do not eat meat. But if I did, I believe this would go with any kind of meat.
Vulcans do not eat meat.
It is not logical to consume creatures for their sustenance when there are so many logical alternatives available.
Such as salad.
Well, plomek soup is also a very traditional Vulcan dish.
Humans like to eat beef.
I don't see the logic in consuming what appears to be a sentient animal for your own particular nutrition when there are many,
There's
shall
a
we
big
say,
population.
when there are so many non-violent alternatives available. But were I to rate this on the human scale,
Overpopulation.
I believe that this beer, in its smoothness and infinite diversity, would receive a 9.
Oh my.
Were I
We
human.
have a food.
Ah, yes. My mate has come here. Come, my wife. We are now doing the beer review.
Very good.
She has brought me a huge... See? There is green here. This is a salad.
It's also-
Come here. Come here.
No.
No, no, no.
I'm brainwashed for you. You can.
Marrying an earth human has many disadvantages. They are quite emotional creatures. But at the time, it was the logical thing to do.
So what you were telling me is all that chicken on your plate, you would not get soup.
There's no chicken here. You only see the green. Well, in order to immerse myself in human culture, I must try new experiences. So, your rating, scale 1 to 10.
9.
I give it a 9 as well. It is not particularly flavorful, but its smoothness and its overall capacity for being indigested logically leads me to bring it to a 9. And thus ends another episode of the Jimm and Dave Beer Review.
The needs of the many,
Outweigh the needs of the few,
or the one.
or the one. Live long and prosper.
Yes.
Peace and long life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very
Oh
much.
no, wait. That's something else. Sorry.